Here with Scott of the Scottman. We're here to do a driving video today. We are here in New England. So we are in Rhode Island right now. I am heading north on I-95 from Rhode Island Highway 4, and we're going to be taking this all the way to I-495 up in Massachusetts. I say that just because it's like because Rhode Island is not all that big. So I've only been driving in Rhode Island for about a good 25 miles so far, and got less than that left to go. So figured it'd be too short of a video if I were to only film up to the northern part of I-295 near the Rhode Island Massachusetts border. So it's like, why not make this a little bit longer and go all the way up there? Although there is some traffic backups in Providence, so I could change my mind if it ends up being too long, but we'll wait and see. Right now, I need to get over to the right, but there's someone who's in my way right now. But now I can get over. Because, yeah, the left two lanes is going to be the lanes which will branch off to the left to go on I-295, which I-295 goes west around the city of Providence, which is the capital and the largest city of Rhode Island. So 295 goes up to the western suburbs and then to the northern suburbs up toward Woonsocket before eventually coming back into I-95 around the Rhode Island Massachusetts border. It is a beautiful but chilly day out today. My current thermometer is reading 53 degrees Fahrenheit. If you convert that to Celsius, it's around 12 degrees. Although it is early April, it's the early part of the spring, so it's not unseasonably cold or anything, but
in half a mile, keep right at the fork to stay on I-95 north.
Yeah, I should probably get over one more lane. So yeah, here's the fork up here. But we'll continue into Providence.
Keep right at the fork to stay on I-95 north.
It's like if the traffic backups were too severe, it'd probably be telling me to take I-295 north instead. Yeah, it's been a pretty nice road trip so far. I started out from Michigan yesterday, but I stopped in at New Jersey last night, and I didn't film it or anything, but I did make a quick little pit stop into New York City last night and also a little bit earlier today too, just to walk around. And one of the things I ended up doing was I walked across the Brooklyn Bridge just because that was one thing I wanted to do on my trip to New York back in 2021, but I never had time, or I ran out of time to do that. So I finally got to do that today, which is quite nice. And with the weather being really sunny too, made it even better. It was rather windy on that bridge, but that wasn't too bad. At least the sun was out to make things a little warmer. So I did that. It's like and I'm getting getting a bagel, of course, in New York. I ended up having some New York cheesecake. Well, just a little bit. And then, of course, I had some tacos from Los Tacos Numero Uno, which there's a few locations around New York, but I think I went to the one that was kind of in the Soho area, or just on the edge of Soho. To the closest one to the ferry terminal that for the ferries that go to and from Manhattan and New Jersey. I think there was one on 42nd or 43rd Street, but which was closer. But the only problem is that that one's way too close to Times Square, and that one I'm sure we get insanely patched because they're all the tourists going to Times Square. But yeah, it's like after I took the ferry back across into New Jersey, it's like I got back in my car and then started to head out this way. Like I'm going to Massachusetts, but I have to get through Rhode Island first. Yeah, I was wanting to do a video further back on I-95, going across the George Washington Bridge, going over from New Jersey into New York, and then filming all the way up that way, but there was way too much traffic going over the bridge to where it's like it was stop and go for quite a way, so it would not have made for a good video. So because of that, so I ended up having to scrap that video, sadly. I think the only way to be able to film that is I'd have to do that super early in the morning or late at night. But at least I was able to film a driving video on I-80 in Pennsylvania, going through the Appalachians. Providence is one city I still need to check out one of these days. I'm not going to get a chance to on this trip, but yeah, I need to stop in at some time. Oh, and at that past exit, I saw a gas station, like really low gas price, especially compared to Michigan. So it's like I need to travel more. That's all right though, but yeah, the weather is gonna be looking fantastic though coming up. It's gonna be a little chilly the next couple of days or so, but it's gonna stay sunny and get progressively warmer to where it's like we could possibly, here in New England, we could see the high temperatures getting up in the mid upper 70s or close to 25 degrees Celsius, which is quite warm for early to mid-April. But yeah, the nice thing too is that the weather in Michigan, which is of course where I'm from, Michigan's getting the same weather, but it's like a day early, just because all the warmer weather that we're supposed to get here in New England is coming from the Midwest. Although when I go to Cape Cod starting tomorrow, because I'm going to go to Cape Cod for a couple days, it's going to be really cold thanks to the cold Atlantic Ocean. So it's going to make it feel like it's significantly colder, but at least the winds aren't supposed to be to the extreme, so it's not like it's going to feel like January or something. But yeah, I've always wanted to go to Cape Cod. But it's like with all my past Massachusetts trips, or even like the road trips to New England, I just never had a chance to go to Cape Cod. And technically, if I want to go to Cape Cod right now, I could get off at this upcoming exit in a couple miles for I-195, which is now taking east out toward the Cape Cod direction. Because yeah, all you do is, because eventually, yeah, just take Highway 6 going east to the Cape itself, and Highway 6 will then head to the north all the way up to Provincetown before it ends at the tip there. And then yeah, about another mile and a half, we'll start to see the skyline for Providence too. Because yeah, as you can tell, I've been on this freeway once before. Although for some reason I didn't film a drive video. But then again, when I was driving on this during the first road trip to New England back in 2016, I did not have this GoPro yet. result, I did not have the best video recording setup. It was back when I used to have just a regular point and shoot camera mounted to my dashboard taped to a big book. And here's the skyline of Providence. Yeah, looking for the upcoming traffic backups. It's getting less and less. Like, it's only showing like a minute delay, but we'll see if that's accurate or not. I might want to get over, though. It's because I think things might get a little nuts with the right lane with people trying to merge into the freeway. And yeah, here's the exit here for I-195 to go east toward Cape Cod. Even about another mile, Highway 6 West, take a direction out toward Hartford, Connecticut, which is a city I was in just a month ago for 90s Con. So it's kind of funny to be back in New England again when I was just here a month ago. But a month ago I just went to Hartford and I flew for that trip because I was just going to 90s Con and then right back home. We also got exits 2 for downtown as well in here. But yeah, it looks like the traffic backups have dwindled, which is a good thing because yeah, traffic's moving pretty fast now. Because when I was previewing the route like a half hour ago, it was
There's an object on road ahead.
It was looking pretty bad, where I was like, I can even be able to film this video, but yeah, definitely can. Because we're moving. Having to slow down a little bit, but it's not too bad. We have downtown Providence is immediately to our right. Yeah, that'll slow traffic down with a bunch of people merging across a whole bunch of different traffic lanes. But yeah, this is nothing compared to what I dealt with in New York with the George Washington Bridge in that area. Yeah, these lanes are kind of narrow too, which makes me glad I'm driving a Honda Civic, which is kind of compact a little bit. It's like, I'm sure like if I were to take this car over to England, I would have an easy time driving around. Although the only difficult part is because you drive on the left side of the road. In the United Kingdom, with this car's steering wheel be on the left side of the car, it'd be a little bit tougher, but at least it'd be a more narrow car. Although the car I had that I rented when I was in the UK around this time last year, that one wasn't all that bad. That was a little gutsy, but by that car, almost reckless, because yeah, if I did not get over onto the left, those lanes on the left, he could have easily have sideswiped me just right there. But yeah, one thing I've noticed has been driving on I-95 from New York, like every once in a while, it's like I've seen some people zooming like 30 miles per hour higher than the speed limit even. Because yeah, I'm trying to remember. I was either in the eastern end of Connecticut or I just got into Rhode Island. And like there were like 2 cars that were going easily 90, 95 miles per hour. Maybe even 100. it's like, really? It's like it's not the Autobahn in Germany where there are areas in Germany on the Autobahn where you have no speed limits, but it's like that was ridiculous. And yeah, we're definitely out of Providence now. We're in Pawtucket now. There's a lot of traffic going on in here, but again, this is nothing compared to New York. Oh, come to think of it, I think there's a there might be a possibility I-295 might come out north of the state border, but we'll find out. See, I think there's a possibility I-295 might merge back in with I-95 in Massachusetts and not Rhode Island. And then, yeah, the exit over here is for, getting the downtown Pawtucket. Just get off here and make a left turn, and then you'll hit right in the downtown. And yeah, I don't think Pawtucket, I don't really see any skyscrapers. It's not that big of a city or anything, but not gonna be able to really see that much of it. Have another work zone up ahead here, but we'll see if there's actual construction or not, but we shall see. Oh, okay, yeah, road work 1 mile ahead, so. But yeah, the Providence area is quite nice though, like, yeah, even here, especially here in Pawtucket. Probably merge over to the right lane now. Okay, it's like, for a second that said road work 2 miles ahead. It's like, wait a minute, so you lost count of the miles earlier. I don't know. Seeing these different toll gantries along in here, or what normally would be like toll gantries. So I almost have to do a little research. I mean, I'm curious if they're going to be turning I-95 in Rhode Island to a toll road or something. All right, and we are now in
Massachusetts.
And we are now in Massachusetts. So I told you Rhode Island's small. Rhode Island is the smallest state in the United States. Okay, and then I see I-295 a few miles ahead, so it comes over from Rhode Island into Massachusetts. I already forgot what I was about to say. That's like, I hate when that happens, when there's something I really want to say, but then I get distracted or I think of something else and then I forget what I was trying to say the first time. Oh well. But yeah, it's great to be back in Massachusetts again, because I was last here two years ago when I think I was in Massachusetts twice in 2021 because I flew to Boston for Memorial Day weekend where I had absolutely horrendous weather because it was the wettest and the coldest Memorial Day weekend I have ever seen in my life up to this point. Because I'm not kidding you, it's like two of the days Memorial Day weekend there in Boston because of the rain. It barely got to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius. Where there's been times in Michigan where we've seen hot enough weather where everybody's out on the lake going swimming. But then when I returned for the road trip, the last road trip to New England, where I spent, I say the majority of my time up in Maine, I had a lot better weather. And thankfully with this trip, the weather's going to be very nice too, so I'm lucking out. It's like, yeah, the funny thing is I'm really lucking out with the weather with both trips I've done in April in the past couple of years because there's not supposed to be any rain in the forecast for this trip for the next week. And then when I went to the United Kingdom last year in April around this time, there was hardly any rainfall there too. And the United Kingdom is very notorious for its rainfall. And I hardly saw any of it when I was there. So I was spoiled rotten with the weather. So yeah, we have like another 8 or 9 miles left to go in this video. Because again, I'm gonna film up to I-495 as we get up into the Foxborough area. Just because I feel like I've already filmed up to I-295, which will be coming up to in like a mile and a half from now. It's not going to be that long a video, so I figure I might as well make this a little bit longer. But yeah, during this road trip to Massachusetts, like I'm gonna be spending most of my time outside of Boston this time. Where I'll be doing a couple days in Cape Cod. Want to go to Salem one day. Although there will be one day where I will go into Boston because I am that close. So I might as well go in even if it's just for a day. So yeah, coming up here at this exit, this is the exit for I-295 going back to the south. Which, yeah, that'll take you back into Rhode Island, to Woonsocket, and eventually to the western suburbs of Providence before merging back on I-95 near where we started this video. So I'll say this, it's like, now that I've finally made it to Massachusetts, I feel like there will be a little bit of driving involved, but nothing like what I've done today, or especially yesterday. So I think the furthest I'll have to drive from where my hotel is going to be to Provincetown, Massachusetts, which of course is at the northern end of the Cape. But I end up getting a hotel room that's centrally located, so that way I can easily get to Cape Cod, I can get to Salem, I can get to Boston, I can get to other areas. football team, not just for Boston, but for almost all of New England. I say almost all and not all of New England just because I'm pretty sure that if in the southwest part of Connecticut, like in Bridgeport or especially down in the Bridgeport area, maybe even New Haven, where you might still see fans of the New York Giants and the New York Jets. Because I know Connecticut can be like a big division line for like a lot of the sports teams between the New York teams and the Boston teams. Although I guess for people in Hartford, Connecticut, I don't know if they'd be following. I don't know if they would follow the Boston Bruins or not, because I don't know if they could still be bitter about them no longer having a NHL team ever since the Hartford Whalers left Hartford. I keep forgetting where they end up going to. I'd like to say it was Arizona or Phoenix, but no, that's not right. I think that was the original Winnipeg Jets that went over that way. Go ahead and merge over. It may have been down to Florida, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Florida or Carolina, I can't remember. I think it was somewhere in one of the warmer climates. So I got like another mile and a half left to go in this video, because we'll be coming up to I-495. So I-495 east, that'll take you out toward Cape Cod as well. Going to the west, that'll take you to Marlborough, as well as continue further north. 495 is like a bigger loop around Boston, because it'll take you eventually back up to I-95, almost at the border of Massachusetts and not Rhode Island, but New Hampshire.
In 2 miles, take exit 13A for Massachusetts 140 south toward Mansfield.
That's not where we're going in this video, but yeah, it's for after the video ends. As for this video, so we'll be getting ready to wrap up in the next like maybe 20 seconds or so, because here comes the interchange for I-495, and the fastest way to Gillette Stadium, which is where the Patriots play. Get off at the exit for 495 north. Probably have to take the exit for, I think, for Highway 1 or something. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video here on I-95, going from Rhode Island Highway 4 south to Providence, all the way up to I-495 near Foxborough. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to come on and join for the adventure, and don't forget to click that notification bell so that way you know when a new video goes live. Well, thanks for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out.